Good morning, everyone. So, I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach with our art today and talk to you guys about our kids and their emotions and emotions in art. So, there's a couple ways we can do that. And I thought about that after I was talking to my daughter last night, and she kind of threw me for a loop. My child is pretty sensitive when it comes to emotions, and she's really good at talking about it for the most part. But last night she was sitting and talking to me, and she told me how she had suddenly turned her little bench toy box into her emotions bench. And that's because our school in our county is doing an initiative where they have like a little, almost like a not a timeout corner, but just an area in every teacher's classroom where they can go and sit when they feel just overwhelmed by emotions. And it just has all these calm down techniques and things like that just to help students deal with emotions. And being in art, and I've studied a lot of art therapy techniques, and I work with a lot of EC students. I'm aware that kids just don't always know how to deal with emotions and how to verbalize them. And there's a lot of adults who are like that. When things get to just be too big for us, we don't know how to talk about things, and we internalize them. And kids, especially, they haven't learned how to do that yet. And so that's why I had up the one lesson about Color Monster. Color Monster is a really great way to help kids kind of start to sort through all their emotions, especially with all the things going on. You know, they're stuck inside of a house for weeks at a time. School has just suddenly been shut down without warning, and for them, it's no rhyme or reason. And the younger a student is, the more likely they are to be confused because we're using words that they're suddenly not used to having in their vocabulary. They don't know what a pandemic is. And if they hear it just even in passing, if we're not talking about it in front of them, it's going to be a confusing conversation. They don't know quarantine. They don't know what some of these things are, and these are large, scary words. So to help them deal with all the stuff that they're hearing, first we need to be very open about trying to help clear up things when our kids seem to get frustrated. Suddenly we're teaching them everything, and we don't know how to always teach them everything. I'm struggling with some of the stuff that I'm teaching my daughter, even though I am a teacher and I am able to work with her. I'm not the science teacher. I'm not the math teacher. I'm the art teacher, and I do the best I can to work with her. But just some real easy tricks to help you. Kids are really good with visualization. So one thing you can do is create just a real easy visual chart. And you can do this either on your own and create it first and then use it with the kids, or you can create it with your child and have them kind of talk it through you. So I've just made like a little emoji chart. They don't have to be emojis. You can have the child kind of fill in. My dog's scratching at the door. Fill in what each face is for them. And so the ones that I chose are just some basic emotions, and you can have them create another page if you want to and keep going. But I've chosen happy, sadness, and anger. I mean, those are our three biggest emotions that we kind of go through in this range. And then we have what I tried to convey as fear, and I colored him black. And then we have surprised, which is generally a fairly happy emotion, but sometimes surprise can, have a negative emotion. We can be surprised at negative things that are happening. And then disgust, again, backwards, he doesn't look nasty, disgusted. But and then I kind of colored them in. So you can either work on this with your child, or like I said, you can create it and then have them kind of use it when they're struggling with their emotions. You can always lay these out, cut them up, use them as cards, keep it together as a whole chart. And, when you notice something going on with your child, if they're not willing to always talk to you, just, hey, how are you feeling? Like, is something going on? You can have them point and start leading in the questions. If they're sitting there and coloring this with you, allow them to create their own faces in the circles. And well, why did you choose this emotion? How are you feeling today? Let them pick the colors, and sometimes the colors can reveal how they're feeling. Obviously, if they're choosing a lot of bright colors to color them in, your child is going to have a lot of really good emotions going on. If they're choosing a lot of really dark colors, they need to kind of talk to you and get some stuff out, because a lot of dark colors have a lot of heavy feelings associated with them. So that's one way to help them. And then again, just cut them out, use them as cards. Let the child use these to get them and bring them to you, or however you and your child best communicate. I've always tried to be open with my child when she comes up to me and says, "Hey, Mom, can I tell you something?" My answer to her is always, always, baby. Because I don't want to, as she gets older, shut her out with whatever it is she wants to tell me. And sometimes it's really silly stuff, like how many, toes are on an ant or something. But you just never know when it's going to be something important. But, that doesn't make me parent of the year by any means. But it's just, it's important to establish those lines of communication, especially now. So use these, allow kids to just sit down, and you don't have to always use every video that I've created. Allow them to just sit down and just draw. And you will see some other things that are going on in their pictures as well with the situation that is surrounding us. And they're going to reveal more things than they're going to tell you. And pay attention to what is in there. You might see a little person in there that is looking angry or upset, and question them about it, but do it in a way that's very leading. Hey, I see this little guy in here, and why don't you tell me, where's he headed? What's going on? What's the situation? He looks really, really upset right here. Is he okay? Is there someone in the picture that's bothering him? Well, who is the person? Don't just go straight for, is that you? Who is that? Why are you upset? Why are you sad? Because they'll shut you off more. You have to lead into it first, and then open it up for the whole picture, and then build into it. So hopefully this helps and helps you guys, and sit down yourself and draw and get some stuff out. We're all confused and going through a lot right now, and we all could use a little bit of a break. Parents, if you're out right now and you're able to if you're in an area where you're able to be safe and happen to pick stuff up, pick up a little coloring book for yourself, especially the ones that have like the mandalas in them and the real small fine details, and just a pack of crayons or color pencils from the dollar store, and just sit and color. A lot of times those are very relaxing and very soothing, and those will help with your emotions and just kind of calm you down. If you can't, you can look up coloring pages online, and you can find a lot of really free goodies for you, for your child, and you can find them to be age appropriate if you have a printer at home. I know a lot of people don't. They don't always have access to everything, and that's okay too. It's not a big deal. Whatever you find, any pieces of paper, any scrap papers, just go for it. Do what you got to do to help with you during this time and help your child. And let me know if there's anything else I can do for you guys. Hit me up in the comment section below. And don't forget to keep subscribing to my channel. And stay safe out there, guys. Try and stay sane. And I will talk to you all later.